from Matt Freeman from Santa Rosa, California. What is your favorite action scene from one of your films? And I'll tell you mine real quickly.
Please tell me first.
It's Bad Boys 2, when they're throwing those cars off the back of that car loader. My brother and I sat there, and we were actually making Glory Road when we watched that film. And it was just one of those moments where you're like, this is extraordinary. This is so playfully over the top and fun to watch. And I just imagine shooting it must have been quite insane.
Yeah, I mean, we're still remembered in Miami for closing one of the causeways, and people couldn't go to work for 4 days, or you had to go a long way around. So they don't like us in Miami. And that's one of my favorite sequences. I mean, Michael Bay's a genius director, and he just did an amazing job. We had to design vehicles, we had to design all kinds of things, camera rigs for that. We had a semi that we cut in half and put these cages so the cameraman could see really low on the ground and beyond the semi, yet protected as these cars flipped around him. So it was fun. But the Pearl Harbor, I mean, the battle scene in Pearl Harbor, there's about a 25 or 30 minute battle scene that's just extraordinary. Again, Michael Bay directed it. But,
when the camera stays with the bomb,
it's amazing.
That's transcendent filmmaking.
Yeah. That whole sequence is really an amazing choreographed sequence. So that's one of my favorites. Jerry to Josh, Unscripted. Now, I make a lot of films and a lot of television shows, and the question is always kind of ruminated in my mind. What makes you make a choice? You get a piece of material, somebody, your agent calls you and said, I have this movie, Glory Road, whatever it is, and I'd love you to read it, and they're offering you to part. Now, I've heard stories that actors will, not you, by the way, I've been to old Hollywood stories that actors would open the script and count how many pages they're on, how many lines they have, that they decide. That's how makes them make that choice. What makes you make a choice? Is it a combination of things? Is it just the material? I mean, what is it that attracts you?
A large combination of things, and it's actually going to change. This is a strange answer because of Glory Road. Because what I've realized with Glory Road is something you just said. I want to walk out of the movie theater having really been entertained. What used to interest me was honestly the exploration of my craft. I was training, like you say, in a way, and I was finding characters that would challenge me so that I could learn and grow from them. And now suddenly I've realized, particularly because of the reaction to Glory Road, that I have the possibility of telling extraordinary stories, and even particularly true stories I think are very interesting, and telling them in a way that can move people and entertain them. A couple of our actors came up with this word, edutainment. Yeah. And I don't know that I want to necessarily do that all the time, but I really like the idea of having people walk out of the theater pumped up,
it's a nice feeling,
turned on, inspired, and that's not where I was in years past. And you want your movies to be seen. It's a big piece of it too. So you want to choose things that people are interested in, as opposed to, I think what I used to do in the past was just choose things that I was interested in. One last one for Jerry. Finish this sentence. The 3 things I love about movies are:
they're entertaining, they're emotional, and they transport you. That's what they do. And I love a movie to envelop me, to be sit back with my hand in my popcorn and a nice soda next to me and just get lost for 2 hours. I want to be those characters. The 3 things you love about movies:
they can be transcendent,
right?
They can teach you, and I don't know how risque I want to get, but they can they can turn you on.
Is this censored?
Literally,
that's a good thing to be turned on. We like that.
I was 16 years old, and I went to a movie once with my girlfriend, and we were the only ones in the theater.
That's a good thing. Good thing.
It was a very sexy movie.
Good.
So yeah.
Great. Thank you to Movie Phone for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. We're thrilled, and thanks for sending your questions, and we hope you all go see Glory Road.
Comes out Friday the 13th, which is actually one of the lucky days for me of my whole life. I have to say.
Good. Well done, Josh. Great. Fun. Good.